All right, here we are. We are with Armando, my guy.
What's up?
How are
Armando
you?
Hernandez.
Hernandez, yes sir. How are you living, man?
You know what? Doing pretty well. I got here in one piece, and
Right.
just came back from a Santa Cruz vacation last weekend, and now it's Memorial Day weekend. It's just, so far a good summer. I'm starting to line up a few gigs. May 31st, everybody, Roast Battle Bay Area
Plug it.
at the Punchline Comedy Club.
I'll put the link in the description to get the
Yeah,
tickets, all that shit.
we'll get all that going.
Man.
I'm gonna be roasting Clayton. He's 2-19, so he's a 19 times loser at roast battle. So I'm hoping this will be my gateway into further battles with a lot of our fellow comedians in the area. There's a lot of them that you'd recognize if you do the open mics. You were telling me you've been doing it for a little while now. Do you know Sue Boss or any of them? Yeah, Sue Boss is on there tough. Sue Boss is really funny at the roast. He just says the wildest shit.
He just won in L.A. against Josh Means.
That's right.
Shout out Sue Boss. That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
So this is gonna be your first roast?
Yeah, well, I got up open for one of the roasts to doing a guest spot. Shout out Josh, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
He actually hooked me up with the gig, and also this one here too. You know what I mean? Working with Roast Battle Bay Area is going to be pretty fun. So I'm looking forward to maybe doing further shows with him and a lot of the people. Like I said, there's so many. Explosive talents coming out of the Sacramento area. I'd say now it's a really exciting part of is to be a part of a scene like this. I think it's understood that it's a great market, but I think that it's one of the markets that people like to make fun of. There's a few reasons it gets a really funny rap. I think. Do you like the Skanks, the Legion of Skanks, or any of that stuff?
I'm not familiar.
So East Coast comedians. A lot of them are affiliated with a podcast group called the Legion of Skanks, LOS. And the reason I bring them up is because in that area is like kind of when people make a joke about West Coast comedy and what like certain scenes are at, they like to like kind of dog out Sacramento as like one of the things. And it's I think just an older time thing. Like the punchline out here is really good, but I think there's a lot of opportunities now that weren't there before. You know what I mean? I think since quarantines ended and things have opened up more, there's just so much more opportunities to have fun, go out somewhere local, even if it's a bar, even if it's a restaurant. You could catch comedy pretty much anywhere, and I think it's a great opportunity for the comedians, obviously, but also for audience members and people who just like. You watch things like the roast of what's his name, Tom Brady. Yeah, you watch something like that, and you're more interested in like, oh well, what's this like roast stuff like, man? Because people get brutal on those things. You know what I mean? It's like people are like, I like that. I don't know that I like one dude up there doing 60 minutes. Maybe I don't like that because culture's changing now, like towards
has to be like Chappelle only.
Shorter burst of comedy or entertainment, things obviously. Yeah, not everybody's ready for a Dave Chappelle 3-hour set. yeah, exactly.
How long have you been doing stand-up?
On and off in my 20s. I did a little bit in high school. I thought I was Zach Galifianakis. I went out and played piano and talked a little shit in between playing piano badly too. I wasn't very good at piano at the time. I'm a bit better now. But it was just something to do while I think of my words and then stop and then say something. Let me ask you this: Do you do stand up with a notebook out, or do you try to go up there and memorize your?
I try to memorize it.
That's good.
Yeah,
I think I mentioned it because I was using the piano. How people use the notebook. It's kind of like a prop to help you fill in the gaps. When you see somebody, get a little bit of a laugh from a joke, and then they lean over and they scribble something down, like it's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use that one later. And then they turn the page, they're really making a meal of that notebook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's cool.
I've seen that. Yeah.
I've done the same exact. I'm guilty of the same thing basically. But I hadn't mentioned before for the podcast audience. I'm also visually impaired, which it ends up being a big part of my act. But I don't intend for it to be. Like, I like writing jokes more than I like talking about being blind.
Yeah.
As you can tell, I just went on for a few minutes. And
yeah, we were vibing without even being, like, brought up. So.
Yeah. So, like, but, doing the scene and stuff like that, like, Roast Battle Bay Area is going to be a fun experience because of how the comedy community acts around, like, making fun of racy subjects and stuff like that. And I think like people like myself or one of the champions who I very much admire is this dude Logan Farr. Have you seen or heard of him?
Hell yeah.
In the area? Yeah, Logan's dope. And Logan is a paraplegic or double amputee, perhaps is maybe a better way to say it.
Yeah.
And his and he has the metal. What one would the metal legs that go where his lower halves of his legs would be or whatever, and he kills it, and he like has to take a bunch of like gnarly jokes about what might be sensitive for others. You know what I mean? Like some people are like, but I think when people are engaged and active in like a scene like this, there's a lot of camaraderie and a lot of community. Like we just named a bunch of people that we just both know from the same circles, For real though, yeah. But like I said, so Sacramento can get a bit of a bad reputation because it's a city that's got a lot, that's really just a collection of towns. You know what I mean? Like I live in Rancho Cordova, there's Folsom out there that way. And, there used to be a comedy club in Rancho Cordova called Tommy T's that has since closed, which is unfortunate. But there's a sister club in Pleasanton, somewhere in the East Bay. I could have that wrong. I haven't been to that one, but I used to go to the one out here. And not having a local room in Rancho Cordova no more has really affected like my ability to pick up more shows. But
you gotta travel to even
but
work
I think
on jokes.
Yeah, but we're saying though, like there's a very vibrant scene in Sacramento, and the reason why all these comedians have experience in Sacramento is because it is a worthwhile market. We have great crowds. I think the crowds generally accept humor, even if it's a little racy. Yeah. I just was saying before we started recording how I'm starting to pick up clean shows.
Yeah.
And that's a different experience. And clean doesn't mean like, oh, you can't say nothing naughty, not never, and you'll get kicked off stage. Yeah. It's not. That's called I've heard podcasters refer to it as dry bar comedy, which means like you're almost doing shows for like Christians and families and like little kids are there and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And like you gotta worry about all kinds of stuff you'd say in that kind of crowd. You gotta be like, oh man, isn't toothpaste weird? It should be. But
that like kind of like cliche when you think of clean, that's what you're thinking of.
Yeah. So this when I say clean shows, I just mean nobody should be talking about problems with their genitals or how they got anal warts or something. Yeah. Because a lot of the times it's at a restaurant. That's another part of that.
Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, you're not trying to be hella vulgar when you're.
Yeah. So like for example, I don't know. For that show, I wrote a bit about Super Mario. You might have seen me do it at the open mic because I'm trying to sharpen that one up. I want to add more to it and make it a little more elaborate and find out where the sound effects go and all this BS I was doing. So, it's been a lot of fun to be a part of the Sacramento scene. We both have a friend in common in Gino.
Fucking empty seat.
AKA Gino Show Up.
Will he ever? No, he was just texting me. He said he just got off the Exodus right now.
That's good.
So, but But no, yeah, Sacramento. I don't know. It's a city that always gets shit on. Like, even when it comes to basketball, like fucking, like the Kings, like just like, oh, it's just a city. Like I've heard people say Sacramento is a city where you go to fall off, but I don't know.
Oh, for basketball, no way.
No, for that too, especially.
Oh, I don't know.
But like for this period in life.
I say they did better than I'm a Warriors fan, and they fucking made us look like assholes.
Yeah, no, we were hooping last year. Fuck.
I say us like I play for the damn team. Fuck me.
Fuck.
Yeah, they put my blind ass on the court just because I'm taller, just stand in the way.
That's crazy. But like, if you don't mind, were you always like visually impaired? If you don't mind asking.
Oh no, okay. So that's so I was not born blind. I'm not faking the funk, nobody. It's not like that. No, I have. So when I was 4 years old, I had a head trauma accident playing football with like 10-year-olds.
Crazy.
I'm just like always was a big kid and stuff, you know. So like I just made that joke about put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. I had older cousins and stuff, and you know we was playing street football and stuff, and I basically banged my head really bad, and it took a little while for the sight to decay in my left eye. But by the time I was like 6. That left eye was pretty much completely non-functioning sight at all. And then fast forward, I guess, to 12 or so, I'm at Manteca Water Slides, the local water park out here. I wish, I guess, shout out Manteca Water Slides. No, I'm joking. It's just what I think you're supposed to do on a podcast. So.
Right. You shot everything up.
No. But however, I was there, you know, up to no good and good for nothing. You know what I mean? And so we was like running around and stuff like that. I banged my head over there too, and that took so. In my right eye, I still have like a light sensitivity or reaction to light or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But there's no like functional vision per se, and both are the result of something called a detached retina, which is like a common sport accident and boxing accident. Yeah. Motherfuckers will get their heads rocked. You know what I mean? Yeah. You gonna get your shit detached.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. Oh, also, real quick, all that shit that people talk, because I used to have to be in these motherfucking surgery rooms and stuff with all the other kids that fucked their eyes up. And these kids was playing with the bungee net and got 3 of these kids. I'm like, so the lesson to be learned, and I try to point this out, is, man, all that shit that they talk about. You'll put your eye out like it's the Christmas Story and shit, man. You gotta watch your kids for that shit, man. If your kid's over there playing with bungee cords or doing dumb shit, man, realize that shit real sometimes.
Yeah.
Shit gets real.
For real, they don't say that shit for no reason.
Yeah, man. It sounds like something you just say, right?
Yeah.
But that shit for real, man. They over there banging their head around.
Bro, if I can count how many times...
I'm gonna drink of water while you talk, sorry.
No, you're good. If I can count how many times my fucking grandma or grandpa has said that to me, like, you're gonna poke your fucking eye out. Fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
So, can I ask you a question, or am I being interviewed?
No, man, we're just chilling.
No, I'm joking, but where are you originally from?
I was born and raised out here in Sac.
Oh, okay. I found that few and far between nowadays.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
There's a lot of people migrating to Sac.
Yeah. What part did you grow up in? Just out this way too, or?
I
South
like
Sac?
South Sac and like Elk Grove.
Okay.
Out here too, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I know a couple of people who live out this way too and stuff, and like it's always a nice area to come out to. Have you ever been to? And you should check this out because you got the little one too now. It's a fun like day out. It's at the Elk Grove Park, whatever it's called, that big ass park. It's got a name, but it's basically the Elk Grove Park, man.
I think it's literally called Elk Grove Park.
It might be, but they got that big old water feature in the middle. And it's got like a stage in the middle of it, and they do like classical music there in the summer on like a evening out like with the fam type of thing.
No, Elk Grove actually.
And they put on like a play kind of thing too. So there's like actors and dancers and whatever while classical music plays. It's pretty sweet, and it's like there'll be little vendors and stuff, whatever, too. But you could just take out we usually, we're Mexican, so we take like an ice chest full of crap, man. You tell all the women in your family, bring the big purse.
Yeah, the big one.
I mean, don't play.
But, so you fell in love with music at a low. When did you like really love music? Because you told me you got into like producing and engineering.
So 2 or 3 things I would say most impressed me at a very young age, and it's kind of silly, one of them, but it's pretty ironic too, I think, to a degree. But I think when the year I was born or around then, the movie La Bamba came out.
Oh shit!
And you know how it was with like
Ricky.
VHS tapes and this, that, and the other, right? Like take years sometimes for a VHS tape to come out back then. Like it wasn't like DVDs or none of that. It was like you might wait a whole year and a half for a movie that was out in the theaters to come out on VHS. Crazy. It was nuts. And so by the time I was like a little kid, we owned that. And probably I'm like 3, 4. Like a lot of my earliest memory, I had a lot of like besides the busting my head like a dipshit, I had a lot of like childhood trauma and stuff that like I don't know. You kind of have a vivid memory when you're like trying to stay vigilant and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, what do you call it though? But the like the movie La Bamba had a big influence because all of our family's from Watsonville.
Crazy.
And Richie Valens is from Watsonville, so he's a big deal around there. It's not Watsonville's known for a few things. First of all, it's pretty full of Mexicans because it's like an agricultural community and stuff. But they're like the world's strawberry supply is like 90% from Watsonville or something ridiculous like that. I'm probably exaggerating, but yeah, so a whole lot. And Martinelli's sparkling cider, which I have a whole bit about. I have a whole bit about how it's like a replacement for alcoholics to be able to drink champagne on New Year's and shit. And how like if you drink too much of it, you'll end up in a diabetic coma and you'll wish you had a hangover instead. But yeah, no, Martinelli's is a lot of fun, and that's like that was a big thing because it 120 something years ago or whatever, in the 1800s or whatever, Watsonville was known for apples instead of strawberries, and I think Washington apples, which are like whatever you'd see at the grocery store now, I think that took over at some point. So I was like, well, we'll better grow strawberries. You know what I mean? Is that genosis?
Let me go let this motherfucker.
All right, folks. We're going to let this fella in here. Tardy to the party, Senor Gino Certa. You know what? It might be Certa. I got to ask him. I forget his last name. I just call him Gino, folks.
What's up?
Genosis. What's up, bud?
What's up, man?
How do you pronounce your last name? I went to introduce you here, and I failed miserably.
It's Serta, but you could say...
Serta. I said Certa or something. I was like, wait, that's some Mexican-ass pronunciation.
Because it's like Cerda or Cerdo, or Cerda is my last name, but
that's
I
what
just
I thought.
hate pigs, you know? That's
nice.
Cerdo.
Good shit.
You want me to sit middle?
Yeah, I could split the difference here.
Nah,
I'm straight? All right, cool.
You want me to go middle?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure. Oh, how's it been though? What's been up?
Oh, man, just been chilling. We just were, whole lot of fun.
You guys were smoking and chilling?
Yeah, I brought all this hash and stuff, so we got on it.
I have a card for you too that you guys try.
Oh, speaking of hell yeah, okay, cool. Speaking of hash, I want to do another fun shout out to my cousin's concentrate brand, Ronin Rosin.
Oh, fire.
If you're at the dispensary and you see Ronin Rosin, get that. I believe the catchphrase is "Serve no master."
That's fire.
Yeah.
Are we already rolling and shit?
Yep.
Okay, fire. Okay,
we are.
Cool.
You could get comfortable. He's gonna edit this probably too or something.
Yeah.
I'll be chopping it up.
Yeah, dude.
But you know what though? If it makes Gino look foolish, let's just keep it on.
Yeah. We gotta go there. Come on. Hey, Keeping the entire 15 minutes. Edit none of it down. I show up the last 2 minutes of the podcast. I'm like, "What's up, guys?" And then they cut me.
That was crazy.
Nice.
But
yeah,
I literally just cut every time you're talking. Just have me Armando.
Like every time I start the sentence, I'm like,
no, well, I'll tell you what. In your absence, me and Jose were making fast friends and chatting it up.
Yeah, that's good. Well, yeah. Have you guys have met before and stuff, right?
Yeah, we met a couple times.
Briefly, yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we really chopped it up.
I was gonna say the other time I think I met you wasn't just this week. I think I met you at one other time at like a different open. It might have been a different open mic even.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because I met you at the roast battle.
That's right.
And we just chopped it up like the whole roast battle.
Yeah. I know. We eventually had to be like, hey, we better go out there.
Exactly.
We don't want to be those guys.
Yeah, exactly. Because we were having such good conversation. That's why I was like, dude, you gotta come on here, dude. Because
thanks.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Thanks for being the middleman of this at the beginning too. That was helpful.
Yeah.
Like,
getting up my friends together.
I think also like that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Because I'm like, I got hilarious friends who got to meet other hilarious friends, and we all got to be hilarious.
Plus, I'm a tech nerd, so I was really admiring his setup here.
Oh yeah, dude.
It was fucking like he started talking about engineering music, you know.
I like all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he's like
just
super into music.
Yeah.
So you're a DJ, right?
Yeah. So Mondo Phonics, folks. You could hit me up on as Armando Hernandez on Facebook. There's my recording label is Illegal Amigo Productions. So Illegal Amigo Productions and The Illegal Amigo on all social media. And YouTube. Yeah, I'm trying to be more active on there, and I got to be putting up shouts. I have a lot of things I put on Instagram that I should be putting on YouTube as well.
Yeah, dude.
I do pretty well on Instagram. I'm starting to get numbers. That's nice. That's fun to start having momentum with.
Yeah, dude. That's how I feel with TikTok, dude. Now that I'm starting to get momentum on TikTok, dude, it feels way easier to be like.
Speaking of numbers, Gino's got like 500,000. What's it?
Hell yeah,
it was some. Yeah, I think it's at like something crazy now, like more than half, like 500,000 or something. And that was like my first clip to go like crazy like that. So I've been like over the fucking moon, you know.
Was it one of them roast ones?
No, dude, it's actually a podcast clip, dude.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, dude. When I had done the Zootcast mic, they were asking about video games and shit, and I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about, because he was like, do you use a special controller? And I was like, no, what do you mean? Like, why would I use a special controller?
I know, right? I mean, that's an interesting question. I didn't think about it until you like put it. But no, I've known people who lay the controller on their lap and play with just one hand.
And shit like that.
My dad's friend growing up also, he had the machete accident story basically, and he had the door knocker.
Yeah, I know exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like
one of my homies' dads
like
has a nub like that. It's like damn near like half your arm, and I know what you mean. That cuts off at the what's this bone called? The fucking arm bone.
The elbow.
Yeah, your elbow. Yeah, your elbow. Your elbow.
But it's down. It goes down like about half a thing. So the bone, this next bone.
Shit, okay. So it's like more than.
So it's like almost like a skin covered door knocker of a thing. Like
It's
like
crazy.
Like a real gnarly shape to it. And I used to watch him play basketball with some of the other Mexicans in Watsonville. And,
he played basketball and shit?
And man, he'd like post up people with it because nobody wanted to get that.
Bro. Dude, that's crazy.
And my couple of my dad's homies got in drunken fist fights with that fool, and they never expect him to punch them with the thing, but he always punches them with the thing.
Because people think like my punch wouldn't hurt, but like my hand is all bones. Like my nubs are all just bone. I don't have any like no cartilage, nothing in it. So it hurts way more than people like think it does. And I don't have knuckles either, so it just like I can just hit the bone.
Blunt force trauma, man.
Yeah, that shit feels like
the first time on the podcast I'm outnumbered.
Yeah, for real.
It's crazy.
Facts.
Armando, would you like a beer?
What you drinking, bro?
It's a Voodoo Ranger.
Yeah, I'm
gonna grab
cold.
For you.
Yeah, nice. Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir.
And but I was gonna say with the video game thing is, since I play video games with both my hands for so long now, it never even crossed my mind that people would be. Yeah, exactly. That people would be like, oh, what the fuck? How does he hold the remote or click shit or you know, like I'm so used to this shit.
Also, when you want to do something, I play video games. I play 2D classic fighting games because they're pretty easy to keep track of.
Wait, so is it just from the noises you can like tell how
I had explained a little earlier, but I'll do a quick recap. I'm blind in my left eye completely. Mm-hmm. My right eye is light sensitive. I can't really make things out, but for example, when I play video games, I have it set up to where it feels like a little arcade cabinet. Mm-hmm. I have a monitor. I have a something called a Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro because I like Neo Geo games, which are like King of Fighters and like Fatal Fury, things like that.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah, I remember Fatal Fury. That's like when all the fucking people are fucking coming at you and you just gotta fucking beat them up, right?
That's Final Fight.
Oh yeah, that's Final Fight. Then.
Yeah, okay, my bad. And there's also Streets of Rage, which is also very popular. And those are beat 'em ups. Those are where like
that's something
almost like a Ninja Turtle game.
Yes, bro. Because that was what I was obsessed with when I was a kid. Like it was hell beat 'em ups.
Those are dope. I used to play those, but with my sight like this, it's too much shit to keep track of.
Yeah, I feel it.
Especially bosses and shit are hard as a result of that.
Oh,
but on a 2D fighting game. It's on a flat plane, meaning like there's no going in and out of the background. You can't like most of them. There's some.
Know if you're going straight or back. Exactly.
There's some exceptions like Dragon Ball Z and Marvel games, but for the most part, people don't fly around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People jump back and forth and run across the screen or walk across the screen. Or crouch. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
And so like. Once and I grew up playing them, so I like even when my sight was going bad, I used to look like a what do you call it? Like I was some kind of Mr. Peanut ass looking motherfucker. Because I had no sight in my left eye, but was losing the sight in my right eye. Mm-hmm. And I'd take like a little monocle of a thing and just jam it in my eye like a little magnifying glass.
Yeah, like the Monopoly Man type shit.
Yeah. And like I'd rock that as long as I fucking could, and I was like, well, this ain't working no more. I'll just try to play by ear. Then, like you said. And that's basically more or less the truth. Which I'll tell you how I know that that's for sure mostly true is that in games that don't have stereophonics. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
So there's monophonics, which is just one channel. Speaker, one channel.
Yeah, and stereos too. Yeah,
I get so that. when a game is monophonic, all of the sound's coming out of the same place.
Oh.
So when you switch sides, it doesn't alert you to that.
Yeah.
A stereophonic game like Street Fighter Alpha or something. Is gonna have left and right. Sensitive to the character's proximity to that speaker.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you'll be able to tell.
So you could tell that the Hadouken came from the left side of the screen or whatever, some shit like that.
Yeah, so we would hear it.
So as a result, but even though
that's sick.
Even though that's the case, King of Fighters is on that Neo Geo shit. Mm-hmm. That's monophonic, unfortunately.
Yeah, I feel.
And then I mentioned Fatal Fury. Fatal
like
Fury does have even though it's 2D, you can move in and out of the foreground.
So that's
so that game's hella hard for me to play.
Yeah, because then you can end up being. But another thing is, I don't think people realize that you love anime and shit too, bro. Mm-hmm. You're a big ass anime fan.
Yeah, I'm just a big ass nerd.
No, I'm a big ass nerd though too. That's why I was like, I'm ready to fucking nerd out too, bro. We're just Because I feel like when you're disabled, you spend a lot of time inside, so we're always looking at.
That's a good point.
You know, like because
one of the last from beginning to end animes I saw with my sight was Outlaw Star. Did you ever see that one?
No, I've never seen it.
Okay, it was on Toonami or whatever.
Dragon Ball, the OG Dragon Ball was my first.
Naruto was
no. I'm talking.
Dude, Naruto's fire too.
I was saying the last one I remember being able to fully see. I watched Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z.
The first one you remember to fully see. I see. Wait, so can I ask, when did your vision start?
So I lost my left eye from when I was 4 to 6. Mm-hmm. It took a little while before it fully was gone, and then that's just fully gone. Mm-hmm. And then my right eye, it's when I was 12, it's head trauma accidents each time, separate head trauma accidents.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Man.
And the second one resulted in just let's say 95%, just to give it a number.
Yeah. You're like, I can see a little bit.
And if I take off my sunglasses and stuff and try to kind of look around, I kind of probably can find out where the lights are.
The proximity of.
It would probably stop me from running into a wall if I'm not wearing the sunglasses, just because you see the color of the wall just coming at you before you something like that.
Is it true your other senses get heightened once?
I believe you just work those muscles more.
Mm-hmm.
It's you go from not using them as sharply as you used to, or because I think everybody when they just even put on a blindfold, you're just paying attention more.
Yeah.
No, right, okay.
And you're kind of just more aware of that sense because
that's why it's disorienting for some people. You ever see some people put on a blindfold and they start doing like almost the blind head thing?
Yeah,
they're like moving their head way too much for some reason.
Yeah.
Like
But so I've also wondered that, and I've never wanted to like ask, but why does that happen too? Like sometimes blind people will like.
I think that's a born blind thing.
Oh, okay.
Born blind things are a lot more complicated. There's a lot of antisocial behavior, I think, associated with that. I'm not talking as any kind of professional at it, but
you could just tell a difference.
Anecdotally, let's say.
I feel like because there's
allegedly
because there's people who lost fingers, and then there's people who like were born without fingers, like me, and it's like there's a difference, bro.
My cousin blew off his fingers with fucking fireworks. Like
See, bro, so we probably treat our hand shit different, you know, because this was like an accident. I was always like born with this shit, you know. So it's like I feel what you're saying. But my bad.
I was gonna say because you like you talk to other people about their experiences. Because I remember at the most recent Punchline, Mike, you brought a friend who was also visually impaired. Like
I'm trying to get him to be more social. He just moved it from the cuts.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
But I know you told me you guys met at like a conference.
No, there's you're close. Not a conference. There's a thing called the Society for the Blind. It's like an organization, you'd say, maybe more.
Okay, my bad.
And they're just like huh?
I said I hope they have an organization for one-handed people. I gotta try to find my fellow homies, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Man, no, you ain't lying though. That the feeling of camaraderie is nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
I ended up like kind of not associating with them as much since like I helped with like a lot of different stuff there. I mentioned all the stuff I do with my business, like production and DJ work and this, that, and the other. And I volunteered a lot to help them with stuff over there for a while, and it was really fun. I would recommend it to anybody who's visually impaired and looking to maybe not feel so alone or not feel like so out of place in a visually based world, you know, or whatever it is. But this is what happens for me in the end of that is that, like, you know, since starting my own business and since doing comedy and all this stuff, it's just transportation costs for a blind cat are astronomical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you still have to go. You still go.
I use paratransit and shit, which is like $5 a ride, so that's cool. But like the excuse me, I don't mean to belch into the mic, but but getting to the doing last minute shit like Uber and Lyft and stuff it eats up cash fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, super fast. It's
and like you were telling me, like you're starting to get like book shows off camera, but like a quarter almost.
May 31st, Roast Battle Bay area, folks.
Yeah. Dude, that's what I was gonna talk about. That it's so crazy how we're both like people at first would not assume, me and you both, that we're the shit talkers that we are, because I'm a pretty talented shit talker, you're a very talented shit talker. So I think people assume off tops like, oh, like we got to be like, I don't know, like they try to treat us with extra care and extra niceness, and it gets like annoying, you know?
I don't get that, bud.
No.
Everybody treats me like I'm a blind asshole. And then treating you extra good because you got one hand, and God bless you.
But you know what I mean. It's like he wasn't expecting me to go out there and, you know, talk crazy. And I'm sure your opponent's probably not expecting you to go out there or no, he's expecting you to because
he got two. Hey, I'm gonna call it now.
You're a killer, dude.
Clay gonna have two things to say about me. You're blind, and then maybe because my handle online is Illegal Amigo.
Yeah.
Amigo.
See, yes. So that's what I meant.
But it's like,
you already know what they're gonna say.
Here's the thing, Jose's gonna know what I'm talking about. Me, I ain't afraid of ice or no. Man, I'm American as fuck.
For real, dog.
You know what I mean?
For real.
Like it's like that was one of the first jokes he made at me. I'm like, that's so lame.
Yeah, that's what.
So
wait, what happened?
Well, so me and Clayton talked a little shit on Instagram
one time. Okay.
And one of his first responses was like, "Oh, well, the Illegal Amigo, I'm gonna call ice on you."
Yeah.
So I'm like, boo.
See. So that's what I mean. They already have their shit set up on what they're gonna, you know.
I'm predicting that. I'm predicting that's gonna be the two things. It's gonna be like either like you blind or this and that. Yeah. He also tried to say I'm hella fat. And I'm like, I guess.
So let me reword that. We both got
pounds. That was me hella fat. I feel like I'm pretty thin.
No, you look good, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks for the compliment. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but you're chilling. But I was just gonna say, like, yeah. So like they have those specific things that they think they're gonna, turn us, make jokes about.
Sure.
I was gonna say, how do you always pretty much like know you're not gonna do blind jokes the whole time, for your sets and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I was just actually talking to him off camera about that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Perfect. I was just wondering, what is?
It's like minstrelsy, man. Like, you know how, like, if it was, I equate it to like if being an ethnic comic, like. If you're Mexican, act hella Mexican. Do an impression of your T.O.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like or if you're black, be hella black.
Yeah. Because people hella.
So what ends up happening is like, and I even addressed it at this one show because it was a black show and I could get a little. I feel like I'm way more comfortable at black shows.
Oh yeah, because black shows you can speak.
I can talk all kinds of shit.
Right? Yeah.
And I'm just like, I know y'all want me to shuck and jive blind and be like, ooh, I've tripped over the mic cable and oh man, I run into the wall.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. Yeah.
And they crack up at that because they're like, we do want you to fucking trip and fall blind.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
They're like, we'd love it if your blind ass fell off the stage.
Very much would like that.
And they would too, bro. None of us could possibly get a better laugh with one of our little jokes,
bro.
than me just falling our needy shit off stage.
Black rooms is like, because they's gonna heckle too. It's like they're gonna fucking. They want some shit to go wrong.
I do well in black rooms because I like besides Watsonville and San Jose, I spend a lot of time in like. Vallejo and San Francisco, and so like a lot of like I told you I worked in like Bay Area hip hop.
Yeah.
So you did a bunch of black rooms there.
So I'm just kind of like used to being performative in front of black people.
Yeah.
I used to basically do stage shows, work stage shows with people, and one of my friends was this like Mexican rapper named Lex, and he was in a movie with like Benjamin Bratt called like La Michonne and all this stuff, and so like we were actually getting to like kind of hang out and do bigger and bigger things, and part of that was like kind of like learning to try to do stage shows and stuff like that. So like kind of getting comfortable in front of crowds and trying to get people hyped.
Yeah, just get the experience.
So like also when you got a lot of friends and when you socialize a lot, you find like. You're gonna get your friend's gonna get comfortable one day and just ask you all the dumb questions. That's why it's a lot.
Yeah.
That's why I equate it to ethnicity because, like, these folks that eventually might just like get high or drunk one day in front of their black home and be like, hey, so like.
That's true.
I always wanted to like touch your hair.
Yeah. That's
or some dumb shit like that, and like. So one of them having a bunch of actually that's another thing too. I hang out with like gnarly ass people. So like so real quick though, this is a bad one. My punk rock homie from Vacaville, he used to be like one of them like street punks, like skateboard punk and all this stuff, right? And he called me one day and said, "Hey, my sister asked me a really good question the other day, and I couldn't give her a good answer, and I thought I'd just call you and ask you." I'm like, "What? How do you wipe your ass?" I'm like, I don't know, tell her pretty well. Like, he's like, yeah, but don't you have to like check it? I'm like, you like pull it out and like look at it, look at it every time before. I was like, I usually wipe a couple times, throw that first piece down into the toilet,
because you know for sure,
and then use more toilet paper until it feels like it's clean.
Exactly. Or you can probably just like
it ain't that bad. And then nowadays
I would just poke it real quick.
The bidet. My butthole's cleaner than all y'all's motherfuckers.
Yeah,
I'm living well now. Fuck you.
Yeah, because if you use a bidet, bro, that's just fully like.
You ain't never been cleaner than that.
Yeah, and I could easily not need my vision to do bathroom stuff. Like anything on your body, you know where your body is. Like, you know your own body.
That phone call is crazy.
Yeah, that's a crazy phone call. What were you doing when he called you to ask you that?
That's a great question.
Because I'd be pissed off.
I was either living in Fairfield or living in Santa Cruz. I can't remember. I went to college at the University of California, Santa Cruz. I'm a banana slug.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
We talked about it, right?
Yeah. I went to Santa Barbara, but I dropped out.
Did I do those jokes in front of you? Did I do the...
No, you haven't done those bits for me yet.
Oh, okay. I just talk a bunch of crap about how like the idea is that like the banana slugs it clearly indicates that whoever was in charge to pick the mascots showed up late.
Because it's a fucking slug.
And that's also like but it's also because think about who goes to UCSC. Bunch of fucking tardy ass, hippie ass, pot smoking ass motherfuckers. Yeah, they ain't gonna show up on time. They weren't gonna show up on time to pick what they was gonna do at PE back in high school, and they'd be like, how did I get in line dancing?
What am I doing, bro? This isn't even for my credits, bro. I just showed up in this class and grabbed a book. I'm just gonna Did you have life in high school like that for you too? Because we had a bunch of like.
So I lived in pretty diverse places. Like, so when I went to high school, I lived in Fairfield for high school.
I feel like my small town wasn't like super diverse. It was pretty much mostly Mexican and white people. And
What's your hometown, bud?
And Woodland.
Oh, you know
right outside Davis.
Okay, yes. No, I know exactly. Okay, go on.
Yeah, so you can probably already picture them. It is a bunch of Mexican.
I was referring to something earlier that kind of circles around Woodland as well. So I was like, oh yeah, Woodland,
yeah. Because it's like I wouldn't say it's a super diverse place because it's not that big of a place. So it's mostly just whites and Mexicans, and then a few Indian people, a few black people, not really any Asians.
It's also like the Cuts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like pretty much the Cuts farm town and shit. So when I went out to Santa Barbara, dude, I had so much culture shock because I was like, bro, I'm seeing a bunch of races I've never even seen before. I'm seeing a bunch of like a lot of the stereotypes and shit.
Indians, Asians, all kinds of Asians.
Yeah, exactly.
Chinese,
all kinds.
Not just Chinese,
exactly. Yeah. Like I actually learned about like really, really Asian culture, like the differences, something with Indian culture and shit. Like I kind of thought it was all similar, the same, but there's Muslims, there's Sikh people, there's a whole bunch of different
Kashmiris.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And all culture is beautiful and awesome, but it was just like such a culture shock.
Growing up in South Sac, like. Hella people don't know what like Hmong people are. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, there's hella Hmong people in South Sac, and people like their story is crazy too. Like,
like that Gran Torino movie really popularized them.
Yeah, true. I forgot about Gran Torino. That's a good ass movie.
Can you toss this can somewhere, Pim?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, bye.
Yep.
Dude, I was gonna say when I was growing up in North Sac and shit, there was Ukrainian people, and that was like not known at all. People were like, what the
Russians
fuck, you know?
Yeah, and Rancho too. When, like.
Yeah, because I was in like North Highlands, Citrus Heights area, so there's hella Russians.
Yeah.
So like Rancho Cordova's got a lot of Russians and Armenians and all kinds of like I think Eastern Europeans and things like that, which is kind of like its own thing, but it's really diverse out there too. There's everything else. The being in proximity to Matherfield Air Force Base really makes the difference, I think. But so I live there. East Side San Jose, even though it's predominantly Mexican, wasn't just Mexicans. There's a lot of Filipinos, Asians.
I've been thinking about
kind of like
there.
East Side San Jose,
or just San Jose in general.
I want to start doing a show out there, and I guess I'm gonna shout out to Yaves on Key Street in San Jose.
Shout out.
No, I've been hearing about their open mic night, and they do Spanglish shows.
Oh, I got it.
I'm like, that's dope because I speak Spanish a little bit, but
I
get called out on all my native Spanish speakers all the time. Though they hate my guts. For
same, bro.
Spanish.
Every time I
speak Spanish, they want you to speak Spanish.
Yeah,
it's like, well, then I don't want to speak because you keep every goddamn. This one cat tried to make it sound like I was saying a Q and I was saying a G or some crap. I'm like, brother, I said guisado or guisada. I said guisada.
I sound super white when I speak Spanish.
Like, he's like, well, you're saying it like you're saying it with a Q. I'm like,
hella nitpicking and shit.
I'm like, I guess.
Yeah. But you sounded like all right. There's
I'm sure you think I did, but that's neither here nor there. But I don't know how much Spanish you speak.
Yo puedo español, pero
I think I have the best Spanish.
Yeah, exactly.
I got the best Spanish.
Me too. I'm that.
Yeah, because you can speak Spanish, right?
I bet.
Yeah. I'm a Mexican, bro. I got the Spanish, but they didn't teach it to me.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because like
you also just sound like you're not a native Spanish speaker.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
And neither do I. So that takes one to know one. We smell our own.
Yeah. Facts. I think it's because like growing up, my parents spoke, not my parents actually, but my dad's side of the family, they all spoke Spanish around us, but they didn't teach it to us so they could speak about shit without us like knowing and getting.
So Watsonville had a very strict don't speak Spanish at home policy.
Really?
We was the last elementary schools that had that, I think, or some shit.
Yeah, bro. Because I was growing up, it was the opposite for me.
So they had ESL classes and this and that at the time, but then they stopped because it was like, no, the parents shouldn't be speaking Spanish at home. They need to start helping their kids speak English.
No fucking way.
Crazy.
That's just damn near blatant racism at that point.
Yeah. And so we were the last ones to have that until like, I don't know, I was in third grade or something like that.
Oh shit, yeah, that's good.
But they had like a whole kind of like funky system out there. But they had to use track system. You guys have track system?
Yeah, I was in D-Track.
Oh, you know them, yeah.
Yeah, I was in D-Track.
So track.
Wait.
So this is so track system. Track system. I'm gonna say this very nice as I can because I want to say filthy words about Mexican people, but I shouldn't do it. So you'll know exactly what word I mean to say when I say the other polite word. So Mexicans from Mexico are in droves in certain areas.
Oh,
I mean, there's a whole lot of them.
Yeah.
And where there's a whole lot of them, they need to be able to go back to Mexico every now and then. Or they're forced to go back to Mexico every now and then.
Either they finna go or they're gonna go. Like,
so
either way, you gotta go.
As a result of that, because I was actually talking about the Bracero program earlier, and this is a similar thing where rules had to change because America loved cheap Mexican labor.
I mean, facts.
Shit just had to change, dude. So track system is a result of that as well. And track system is so that kids whose parents go back to Mexico for like 2 months in December, and that means like they start
like holiday.
They start in like November and don't come back till January or some shit. Mm-hmm. That sound about right, Jose?
Yep.
Okay. I want to make sure to run it by somebody who's been through it as much.
Yeah, no, like
my parents put me on a normal ass system.
Yeah, no, fucking.
And I had all my friends was on that
the track.
Mexican.
Wait, so that's like a
system.
I stayed here. I don't know. You don't.
So it's like a different.
I lived in Watsonville, bro. They was picking strawberries out there, dog.
Oh yeah, like still field workers and shit. We had people like that in Woodland though. Like in Woodland, there was still
that's why I'm a little surprised you didn't have it.
Yeah.
That's why
but maybe my parents just like just didn't put me in and shit because I was born here and everything. Like
I got scooted a little closer to this mic. I realized I scooted more towards you.
No, you're good, bro.
I'm so excited to have you guys.
No, bro, you good. You good, bro.
No, I was.
Fuck my personal space,
bro. Still hear you on the headphones. I can still hear you on the headphones. So
my bad. Wait, give me one more fist bump. I had the beer in my hand. My bad.
No, you're fine, bud.
How often does that happen? People try to handshake you.
Oh, okay. So I've insulted many. Okay. So this is fun.
I've insulted many.
Many blank. I'm just trying to my P's and Q's. But no. This is a pretty common problem. But the other thing is, even in a post-COVID world, it shouldn't be a problem because people offer elbows and fists all the time.
Yeah.
However, I'm blind, so people just take it as, he doesn't know. It's like, no, I'm actually preferring to put a fist out because it's the most hygienic thing we could do right now. We all drinking and smoking and this and that and whatever. So, like, I figured he had stuff in his hand.
Can I ask you my biggest question?
What's that, bud?
How do you get dressed every day, bro? Every time I see you, you're fresh, you're matching and everything, and I just want to know how the fuck, like...
I buy stuff that matches. It's not that hard. I also own like a good amount of pants. Mm-hmm. A while back, I had a lot of hookups on like whoever works somewhere and go give me a 50% discount somewhere.
But I'm just saying like colors wise.
So I bought jeans and stuff and like so I always have a nice. No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Is I always have a nice pair of jeans to go. You have a nice pair of shoes to go. You got some.
But how do you know the color that matches the color of that though? Like,
well, I mean, it's more that. These shoes are all I try to dress monotonely because it's easier, or in earth tones.
Oh, okay.
It all ends up working out that way.
Yeah, because you're always matching, bro.
I have a bunch of flashy shit from back when I did rap and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because to be a rapper,
you need the videos or anything with me when I'm wearing that purple leather jacket?
Oh, yeah, I saw that, and you got a chain and shit. Yeah.
So like that's me dressing up flashy because I do got that shit.
Yeah.
But when I'm just going out, it's like no, dress on something that's simple and like all gonna kind of fall together easily because it's just a classic.
Yeah. But and your shit always goes together, so that's why.
That's why in the Bay Area. I live in like San Francisco, so like we go to clubs and live in the hip hop community and stuff. Kind of looking at least kind of fresh was a big deal. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Because I grew up the same way, so that's why I was like, like. I know you had to be fresh, even if you can't fucking,
I also went from living out.
You still gotta be fresh as hell.
Woodland a few times. So a lot of my formative years, like age like 7 to 12 or so, 13.
Don't tell me you were out there.
No, we're out in Watsonville.
Oh, okay.
As I was talking about a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
And Watsonville's super similar. Yeah.
So it's that small town
experience as a result of that. It's very small town, very Mexican. It's very Mexican forward.
Yeah.
There's white people, but there's like.
It's mostly that's how my town is too.
There was like probably more Asian people than there were white people, and there's probably more white people than there were black people.
Yeah, that was the only thing we didn't have a lot of. Like we have like I think I maybe had 2 or 3 Asian people in my class.
We had Philip.
I swear, bro. I swear.
So I don't know if y'all are familiar with like the plight and history of things like the UFW, the United Farm Workers, and this and that.
Kinda.
So our family,
I know the basics of this.
Our family is a bunch of like diehards for that kind of thing. Because my dad's family's, farm people.
Mm-hmm.
And the result of that is so places like Watsonville and Salinas and Fresno, wherever they were growing a whole bunch of shit, are just like hotbeds for like, Mexicans, obviously.
Yeah.
But what's not counted for is like Filipinos, Vietnamese.
Dude.
What you might call working class Asians or something.
Dude, but I was gonna say I love all those that you mentioned, bro. Like Filipinos, their food is amazing, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like just
because I grew
cultures
up,
are so far.
Catholic, a lot of the first loves of my life were all Filipino girls.
Damn,
bro. I thought my girl was Filipino, so I speak game at her. And I went to that first family gathering.
They got somebody interrupted my long-winded ass or something.
And I went to that first family gathering. Smelled that carne asada. I said, "Hold the fuck up, this is familiar, bro." I was just looking for the Loompa.
They just. You said they part Indio, or what was it? Something or other.
You said what?
The part Indio or something, right?
Yeah.
Is that why they look like a little bit like that?
Yeah, I knew my girl was Caucasian.
When that Pocahontas came
I was like, I knew my girl was white as soon as I seen her. I'm like, I knew that was from the Caucasus Mountains.
So me and Gino met that night at the roast battle.
Yeah.
And one of the things that happened in a little backstage behind the scenes.
Yeah. Tell them the behind the scenes because me and you were literally chilling the entire time.
And chatting. But at one point, I had brought up a recent sexual exploit that happened to be with a female sister. You know what I mean? And people kept asking like, well, I mean, like, how did you know she was black? I was like, well, like, some white girls talk black, some Asian girls talk black, and I'm like, no, that's fair. And I'm like, but I didn't think anybody was gonna ask me for evidence. And I said a version of her name without giving out her name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like putting her on blast. And then I basically wound up being like, what do y'all want me to say, man? It smelled like cocoa butter?
Dude,
what do you want? What do you want me to
come on.
We use that.
Yeah.
Coconut oil was in the mix.
Dude, it was my first roast battle, so I'm like, bro, dying laughing because it comes. I'm like, I didn't know everyone bust balls like this. It was low.
Everybody had a comment, and I won't put nobody on blast.
Yeah.
About who said what, but
there was a lot of funny shit being said backstage because he was like, man, yes, a situation had happened with the
I censored myself.
with the we'll edit it out with the woman and then the first response was, well, how do you know she was black?
110%.
Yeah, dude. So from that point on, bro, it was so.
My real answer the truthful answer is like, no, I've dated a lot of ethnic women.
Yeah.
Like,
but
that's.
Yeah, but
you wouldn't make that mistake if you do.
Yeah, if you do. Dude, but I feel like when you get a bunch of comics in a room, like
growing up in diverse areas, man, sometimes that's just how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I was gonna say when you get a bunch of comics in a room, I feel like it can't naturally happen, but people just start busting balls, you know, like. Or sure. I mean the opposite. It naturally has to happen. You get a bunch of comics in the room. No, we're at a roast battle,
so that kind of made me feel endeared. Like it made me feel like we was all on the same page.
Yeah, dude. Like I was so nervous.
I had to break because like they was asking me kind of like almost in a way that made me feel like, bruh, are you like seriously asking me how do I know? Like, okay, I'm just gonna defuse this with humor as we all are ones to do.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they were busting your balls.
That's what I'm saying. Thankfully, that made the whole room like endeared to the idea and have a lot of fun, you know.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, dude. Because it was so fucking fun, dude. Dude, and you went on, you killed it, dude. Like, thanks. And it was so funny. Maya. Yeah. Dude, he did so many funny jokes. And my girlfriend didn't even know that we were like chilling, talking the whole time. Yeah. And then he gets off stage and he comes back. And then as soon as he gets off stage, my girl texts me like, I don't know who just went up, but he was like the funniest one in that. He was super funny. And I was like, dude, that's my homie. I've been talking to him the whole show and stuff, you know? So it was like, that's how I know someone's good though, because I make her go to so many open mics that she hates most of the comedians I make her watch.
Are just grinding through it, and that's
yeah.
We should all be trying new material and trying new stuff. There's a lot of people who grind through it, and it's just like, no, they're doing stuff that you see them do at other open mics.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's like, damn, because like I was talking game with Jose here, and I was like, you know, without getting too boring and deep into it, but it's like
nothing here is boring.
I think the open mic night thing is like, try as much new shit as possible, and if you want. Finish with something you're trying to polish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or finish with something that you know kind of works or whatever.
Dude, because what I used to do was...
Like, everything else is like, it's about accumulating time that you could sell. Like, you could eventually book gigs with. But like, I just did my first 15 clean, and that was pretty wild.
Wait, clean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking.
For those who don't know how he does comedy, him doing clean would be... Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm glad you say that.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, I don't let the viewers at home know. That's a crazy accomplishment.
I like a lot of nerd shit, dude. So I just talk about like, I go, hey, anybody watching X-Men 97? My glasses are kind of like Cyclops.
Yeah, dude. I was gonna say that bit you have about superhero shit is so fucking funny, and it's so funny how like I have a similar bit, you know, but with like Spider-Man and shit, and how the spider bit me and I wanted to be a full person and shit. And I just think it's so funny how like...
Oh, they had the lizard on Spider-Man.
Yeah, one end.
Grew up his arm and shit.
Yeah, dude. So it's just so crazy how like you can have such similar experiences, bro, and not even like... have necessarily similar things, but it's still like super similar.
Sure.
You know, like.
Well, you know.
Of just interest and how the way things. You know.
Well, like I said, I kind of liken a lot of it to like how it ain't about like racism works a certain way or
no.
The other, but what
we just happen to be Mexican and have the same interests.
No. What I was saying is like the disabled experience ends up like being one where it's like, you know, not everybody's gonna be comfortable with it, so it's our representative like duty or as ambassadors of ourselves or our people or whatever to like, you know, represent ourselves well. It works for being Mexican too though when you said it like that. Actually, when you said it, I was like, listen, it's our job para la gente to representar con respeto.
Hey, is this how you're feeling? Because you got to face a white boy soon, so you're like, I got to put on for the Mexicans, bro. I got to put on for la raza.
I totally thought you were gonna say I have a face like a white boy.
No, I wouldn't do you like that, bro. I wouldn't do you like that.
I'm joking, but I've been working on this bit and I haven't done it too much in public because I want to use it. Save it for a Mexican audience. Mm-hmm. But it's about when I first moved to Watsonville from San Jose, and they told me this kid says, "Hey, don't sit there, eh?" I'm like, "Why?" Like I'm thinking like I'm gonna sit in water or sit in something, you know. And he goes, "I'm like, can I not sit here?" He's like, "No, we just don't want no gringo salados around here."
That's crazy.
And I'm like, I'm just like a little cute, little pale-faced Mexican kid.
Yeah, dude. You didn't even defend yourself. You didn't even like.
And I'm like, why am I a salty white boy? I don't understand because my Spanish stinks.
Oh,
so everything, the way I think in Spanish is like a textbook.
Yeah. Like that's all I'm too. I never learned like.
Why am I a salty white boy? But it took me forever to figure out. Oh, salt and pepper. You're white.
Yeah.
Salt is white.
Yeah.
I'm like, what salty? What's salt got to do with anything?
No, even I fucking have trouble keeping up with like the slang and shit. Like from a cousin from Mexico, like I ain't keeping up with that shit. But I can definitely like.
Yeah,
I can speak Spanish.
Because I know like classroom Spanish, bro. But like real Spanish is different. It's kind of like English. When people actually talk, there's like a bunch of slang and half words and shit that we say. That's not like technical textbook English.
All
you
the
know,
native speakers hate how I speak Spanish, except for when they need my help at the train station or some shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? A speaker.
Walmart.
Dude, but I wanted to ask you about the roast battle and stuff. Like, have you been? Bud. How's the prep been for that? And how's just everything been for that? What's your headspace for that?
I've been writing down like ideas. I have a bunch of stuff idealized about how.
It's your first battle
Clayton's,
too, right?
Yeah. Clayton's Instagram has been a focus.
Dude, I was on Brian's shit.
People who pay attention to that, and so hey, if you go and follow Clayton as a result, God bless you. I don't think he's watching what you're doing online though. If you're over there doing stuff on Clayton's IG, then I don't think God has too much to do with that. But no, that all being said. Shots fired.
he's like, I'm trying to win.
I come with sound effects.
Oh God, no, Armandos.
No. And the other thing is, Clayton's cool though. Clayton's good shit. He's kind of like he's the JR of roast battle, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you guys know wrestling at all?
Yeah, I know wrestling.
He's there or not?
Yeah, he's the
a little bit.
So you don't need to know a lot. He was the redneck sounding commentator that everybody does.
JR. Okay, yeah. The commentary.
So he's got like the fucking like.
He's from Oklahoma.
The king. He used to be the king.
Yeah. The king is the dude who's opposite him.
Oh,
sure. The king, the one that talks shit, and JR's the one who's calling the match.
Yeah.
So he'd be like, "Oh my God, King."
Stone
Cold just ran into the ring. That guy, you know what I mean? So Clayton kind of provides that for roast battle because he has like he from Alabama, JR's from Oklahoma. There's a difference.
He has a southern.
Nobody who's not from over there, and if somebody from South Sac, I know you think they the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't see the difference at all.
Yeah, it's like 4 states that's in the South. It's like they all fucking that cousin to me, bro.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Except for Tejanos, huh? I know you know those. No,
take
it out of that. I'm talking about like Alabama, Louisiana.
Whoa.
Shots fired.
Yeah. Shots fired.
Besides New Orleans, I'm pretty sure if you go deep into Louisiana, it gets crazy.
Yeah. Well, New Orleans is like the liberal spot of there.
That's what I'm saying. And it's still a fucking
Louisiana. Yeah, it's still what if I want to do an impression of Louisiana? I always just think of the dude who tells Joe Dirt he likes to see homos naked.
Dude, bro, you gotta do comedy out there, bro. I'm telling you, Armando, you gotta do comedy.
I got folks out there. I'm gonna try. Dude, there's a few places I'm trying to get out more. I just gotta get out figure out a way to do shows more out of town.
Dude, when I did a mic out there, dude, it was so fucking funny, man. They were they were joking about shit that I'm not even used to people like joking about here, dude. Like there was nothing off limits, you know? Like I feel like certain topics in California we won't even touch. Like this dude was joking about how his wife stabbed him before and like it was hilarious too.
Have you done any black shows out here?
Out here,
I bet you they love your ass because especially like I said, man, they want me to get on stage and be having like, oh, I'm blind, I tripped over the microphone cord. Not that couldn't happen to one of you sighted people ever. dude, y'all ever see Pablo Francisco fall off the stage at Punchline?
No, that's insane. But I was gonna tell you, what are the best black shows here?
Pull it up on your phone like you make this like we're Joe Rogan experience. But at Punchline, the main stage, Pablo Francisco has like a minute or two video came out like right before COVID, and he's just losing the crowd, and he's trying to get them back, but he's like frantic, right? There's a nice way to say it. I'm gonna use vocabulary. Frantic.
Yeah, okay.
No, but so Pablo Francisco is like tells somebody in this off stage in a black voice, "Why don't you just go on and suck on my ding dong right there?" And then he goes, "Huh? What?" And he goes to like listen to somebody and then just woo, eat shit off stage, and it's wild.
Dude, but what are the black rooms you'd recommend me go in, Sac?
Players?
My homie.
Yeah, we know players.
Yeah, my homie Swiss has a room at a place called Liaison Lounge or something like that. At shout out Swiss the Big Cheese. Shout
out, bro. No, I'm hitting your room. I'm hitting all the black rooms. I need my people to love me.
And then I'm trying to do this other show again because it's at this theater that it used to be like a church. You can't tell how it's laid out. Mm-hmm. And
that's probably gnarly.
It's pretty, dude. The
vibes are different, huh?
Everything killed. This one dude,
like in a good way.
Oh, killed meaning like everything. All the jokes were popping.
What? I wouldn't expect that in a place like that. That's crazy.
And like you gotta space yourself out and have a little confidence and swag about it.
Yeah. Because I feel like delivery.
I told a lot of the same jokes I told because it was a 10-minute set or whatever. Mm-hmm. I told a lot of the same jokes I told at that roast battle you saw me at.
Yeah. I feel because I had like
a solid 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Because everyone has like a 5 and like a 10 that they know, like you know, that'll like work. You know.
Yeah. Boop.
That's why I'm so excited for us to have our own show soon. Dude.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm working. That's why I'm working on stuff that I usually know because I'm trying to get a really, really good 7 for that hosting shit.
Yeah, dude.
I'm trying to kill that shit.
Yeah, me and him are trying to really lock in and have like a whole showcase going. You know, hopefully like a monthly thing, but have the test run that's the stab stuff. But we really want to hopefully just get something movement, you know, going and momentum going of just.
I really want to do. I already talked to a couple of people about trying to do these out of town gigs, so I'm trying to get a few going myself. And we could talk more as you guys tighten up your. Well, what do you? How much time do you think you got? Do you know?
I think I probably got a solid maybe 10 at max 15.
That 15's a tough one.
Yeah, exactly.
We were just talking about
my 15 was really my 15 was really 14:28.
Yeah, for real. That's pretty much how I am. I'm like, I couldn't give you a strong 20 yet, but I think maybe in a few months or something I could.
Don't try that.
Yeah, dude.
I think
the money better be good and you better tighten up.
Yeah.
20 minutes you'll sweat.
I will. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I had to do 20 right now, I would be pretty pressed.
There's a pal who does the rounds in the area. I won't say him by name, but I seen him kill with this material at a showcase at Punchline. And I saw him the next day do the same material at a show somewhere else. Let's just say. Mm-hmm. It was just as good. I seen it tonight. I'd maybe say he maybe messed up on a delivery, but it was just the room. He did it up. He was up front, and the room hadn't even settled yet. They put him on. You know,
and so the entire energy was just different.
Everything, and I was like, he was doing pretty damn great last night. I was like, you know, sometimes you just didn't captivate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, like the room shape and how things sound and all that stuff make a huge difference.
Because to have a good set, you gotta kind of get them in a trance at first. Like you have to kind of hook them. Like, and if you don't hook them immediately, you have to eventually hook them at one point, and then it won't be a good set until they're in that like trance, you know. Like
I think that Bill Burr is like the last competent person to use this as a stereotype to like put it to bed. Don't get me wrong, other people use it still, but he does. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. That redheaded guy looks like a real pasty face cunt or whatever. But like I know what you're thinking, and then you just say what talk. You could still use that as a premise and just mold it to whatever the hell you doing. Like I said, and I kind of think in terms of that because it's also like breaking the ice with them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean? It's always so
with the disabled thing, it's like, I know I walked up here with a cane and shit. Let me just.
Yeah.
So one of the first things I've been doing lately too, just as a joke, is two things: is like pointing out the fact that I was up there with the cane, folding it for a second. So if they started the clock, that's messed up.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that is a good one.
And then the other one is pretending that everybody's always giving me a standing ovation.
That's hilarious.
And then if I'm being filthy about it, I'll saying bitches is pulling out their titties.
That's hell funny.
Love to imagine.
Because I can just imagine whatever the hell I want. You know what I'm saying? Imagine y'all naked. I don't bother with all that. I just every time I'm telling a joke, y'all dying. get doing the wave.
Yeah. That's hella funny, dude. And then you're probably even more alert and shit too, because like when I tell a joke, my listening is already on fucking 10. Like when I'm on stage and shit, I'm like always hella listening. So I'm
hyper alert.
Yeah, dude. So I'm like, you got to be fucking hyper alert too, you know? Like
times 10.
Yeah, exactly, times 10. Because
I have a tendency of like being larger than life, even though people think that the disability should keep me down. Or
dude, I don't know why people think that. It's like people think you got a disability, you can't have a big personality. Like
people get like too familiar, or want to like almost like bully me in a weird way. I don't know how to quite else to put it.
Because looking down is still kind of bullying, though.
Because not that I could deal with that. If your expectations of me are low, then I can just prove you wrong.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
That's very good.
But point. Like I mean, like. Drunk people getting handsy and shit.
Oh yeah, shit like that. Or people
just like let me put it for. I think the equivalent for you, and correct me if I'm wrong. This could be me being presumptuous.
No.
But if somebody just kind of like at the bar, just kind of drunkenly being a dick, started like grabbing at your messed up hand.
Yeah. You know I would be pissed.
And they're just being rude about it. I mean, look at this fucking thing or whatever.
Yeah.
They do a lot of that shit with the blind shit, or like trying to take my glasses off my head.
Oh yeah, that's insane. That's insane.
You know what I mean?
I think invading anything of your life.
That's a line.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why are you getting physical with anybody at the bar?
Yeah.
Dude, and especially why me? Yeah. F you. I don't even with all that. And then, And then a part of me comes out that didn't come out from me since I've been a person doing, like I said, all that rap and shit. Like, then back then I used to like to pretend like I was gonna hurt somebody or whatever the fuck. You gonna talk all that, man?
Yeah, dude. Because it's like. I feel you, because it feels like a waste to be aggressive, but at the same time, it feels like I have to be aggressive sometimes.
Because 40s, man, I ain't with all that. I'm not trying to get like told I can't come back somewhere.
Exactly. Because it's not worth it. No,
it's also there's somebody. It might even be Pablo Francisco, ironically, but it's somebody else. I'm pretty sure has a joke about how if you walk into a spider web or get up and run away because a bee landed near you, and nobody can see the insect, you just look like a crazy person.
Damn.
And sometimes you just go like Spider-Man and shit. And there's a degree where it's like if somebody's doing something surreptitiously and like trying to poke the bear and be weird, it's like, yo man, when I go crazy on this fool, I'm gonna look like a problem.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna have seen what he did.
Yeah, exactly. Because they
did
never
messed up shit surreptitiously.
They never see what took you there. It's only the reaction that is what everyone sees. You know, like once you have a reaction to anything, that's when it's
you
like
look like a jerk off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly how you mean.
But also, I love like did we talk about all that Legion of Skank stuff? I know that me and Jose.
Yeah. So
were you into that or no? I forgot.
Kind of, sort of. Okay. I mean, I love Jay Okerson and all them and all those shows.
So
and
you're
stuff.
At least familiar with the concept of it.
Yeah. It's in Vegas every year.
So I'm trying to get a run for that going. So I might use this as a clip if I could get something.
Yeah. I mean, you said some funny shit here. So
I just found out that they may or may not have still openings, and I'm like, I'm interested in that. So
dude, so for festivals and shit, is it normal to have to pay to apply? Because I've tried to apply to a few, and they'll tell me like
they shouldn't, but. They shouldn't. But
okay, so they shouldn't. Okay.
They do, though.
Oh, okay. So it is normal for them to.
Skankfest doesn't.
Okay. Skankfest doesn't, but some do, some don't. Mm-hmm. It's because I don't really know anything about the festival circuit at all. You know, I've been
6 months in.
I'm just getting familiar with how to work my bookings and stuff myself, so I'm not any expert at any of this. It's just I have some experience.
But I would love to hear this
stuff like that's. You know, like I said, booking other like events.
But can I hear the story of how you got on Skankfest and met my boy Josh and shit?
Oh, sure. Okay, so
because you book Skankfest, so you can't say you don't book no festivals. Because I know for sure you
book it as a comedian. Though, hey, hold on, let me set the record straight with that. I didn't book it as a comedian. I'm trying to book it as a comedian this year.
Oh, but didn't you get up there and do comedy? No. Okay.
I was a part of the SDR show with Big J.
Do you need wait,
so you were part of the show?
I won a contest basically.
Oh. You need the water?
Yeah, please. Yes.
I got you. Hold on. Go
ahead. So,
I'm listening.
I'm trying to think though of a good way to start. Okay, so you probably know the story because you've seen Josh talk about it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll kind of start from that.
Because Josh means one of my homies, one of my boys, so that's why.
Josh is good shit. So
I want to bring him back. You got it.
No, agreed. So because oh, thank you, bud. Oh, wait, thank you. Yeah. So Josh had been, like I said, influential on my getting on roast battle and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Because
same here.
Because he saw me in the audience, and people can't help it but either think, oh, a dude has glasses on, whether it's sunglasses or otherwise, because they catch the light. Mm-hmm. I think it's just any facial accessories will do that.
Yeah.
But they either pick up on the fact that the dude's blind or they don't. Mm-hmm. Because most of the time it's going to be that, but sometimes it's just dudes.
I can tell
who just want to, yeah. And a lot of people say that, and it's more just like, I'm not trying to make a big to-do about it if I could avoid it. And then it's also like subverting expectations and stuff like that.
Yeah, because you don't do anything that's like overtly like,
yeah.
You're just a chill.
And like I said, I used to have a chip on my shoulder more about it as the site was going. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I feel that.
Still in the process of that. I would just tell people I'm blind in one eye, even though I was clearly going blind in the other eye. Shit like that. Yeah. I missed a lot of handshakes as we were talking about earlier. I don't know if you finished that. And so a reason I ended up having so there's a few like pretty major rap icons from the Bay Area who I've stiffed for a handshake on accident. Worse yet. Oh, this is the worst. Oh, this is so funny. After a music video shoot, we're hanging out and like just meeting everybody, shaking hands and stuff. And I go to shake the last person's hand in the row, and he's like, "Hey, you guys just look like you guys were having a lot of fun out here." And he just walks away, and they're like, "Yo, man, why was you shaking hands with that bum all of a sudden?" Just some homeless fool had walked into our group.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny, and you didn't know?
Nah, because everybody was like I said. So like if we was in a circle, if some fork
hey, your senses are supposed to be better. He probably smelled like a homeless dude.
Nah,
I'm just busting your balls.
There's daytime homeless and nighttime homeless.
That's crazy.
This guy seemed like he was holding his shit together.
Hey, daytime homeless and nighttime homeless is crazy.
My old lady was like a hip hop artist and stuff too.
Oh, fire.
And so I told her, you better go to that motherfucking car and get that motherfucking hand sanitizer, bro. Because I can't believe you didn't fucking catch that.
Dude, so
why did a bum get that close to me?
Bro, so being blind hasn't stopped you getting like bitches and shit. Like, I'm sorry, nice women.
All the ladies want to climb Space Mountain, brother. You know what I mean? Like,
that's crazy.
There's a height thing that works in my favor for that, at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. You are tall as shit.
Space Mountain.
Dude, I know that
that's a Ric Flair line. I'm not gonna take total.
Dude, but there has to be a funny like story though with that. Like, one of the first time you pulled up on a girl, like gamed her up in chicks. I know you can.
I used to get a few different things kind of like going because I think in its own way, Catholic stuff is geared towards like not being a pent up like sex freak.
Yeah.
Like, cause they trying to get them kids like in organized things to socialize kind of early.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna talk
so
about,
that ended up giving you pussy? Is that what you're saying? Like, you being forced to socialize early in church?
They had a lot of like mixers.
You was fucking all the church hoes, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty bad. Once I figured out the math to it, yeah.
That's crazy.
That Wednesday school going crazy.
Yeah, bro. See, because he was hitting untapped markets. Like in high school, no one was like banging the church girls. So I know you were hitting like markets that people weren't even.
Yeah.
That's very clever of you.
They're just being taller. They think you're like an adult.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like a optical illusion.
Yeah.
But I told y'all, man, like I was trying to say, like vision-centric world is kind of this thing that has to do with like, you know, how people are very visually stimulated. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and like there's certain things that. Like, I had a broad recently tell me something hella crazy, and I've heard it before, but the way she said it was so blunt and to the point, which was essentially like, I don't even know how to flirt with you.
Yeah. Because it's
I'm like, because you're a freaking vapid
Yeah,
superficial.
Because the minute
I'm trying so hard not to cuss about women, man.
Because you can't see the titties, the ass, or anything. So once you take that away, they're like, what do I tell you? What do I offer you?
Or this other brother who's really trying to put it on me.
Hey, but that's fire then, because that means you really got to focus on her personality and who she is as a person, and that's a great thing.
You see me right now. I'm not just waving my cane in the air like I just don't care.
Yeah,
it's like put away and shit. So like, there's a chance at least sometimes people. I like it. I actually prefer the cane that don't collapse. Because then I just lean it up nearby and people's like, all right, leave me the hell alone. I'm blind. All right? Like, it's like a surrender flag. Like,
that's hilarious. Hey, I actually wish I had something similar to that, though. I wish I could just tell people, right? Don't offer me no fucking gloves. Don't offer me no bullshit. Don't offer me, like, I wish I could have something like that. That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
Because it immediately, like, lets them know.
Hey, if you do pull a girl, though, you got to, show a picture and be like.
It's not if, it's when.
You're right.
I was going to say something rude at the end of that sentence, but you know what I'm saying.
Let me rephrase it. When you pull a female and you be like, you got to show, she be like, hey, is she good?
Okay. So the joke there that I have is how...
You could probably feel her face, she's bad,
kind of
low-key. Nice. I'm just playing.
Did you use all your deaths to tell that?
It's fucking funny. He didn't even see it, but I did. He did. So, maybe, motherfucker.
You don't know it. No, so there's a few things. This is what I mean about being too visual centric. Y'all don't even know you treat fucking good looking people better.
Damn.
That's the illusion that you are all under. Mm-hmm. Do you know why? Because nobody treats ugly people or fucking fat ass people good.
So can you tell when you're treating an ugly person good because they're like hella more excited than usual?
Goes everywhere. They just all bubbly and everybody's attracted to them. Yeah. It ain't hard to figure that out.
Yeah, it's true. Because you could probably tell if someone is, quote unquote.
And then I just treat them like fucking dirt.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the key to being a male, though.
No, I don't do that, to be honest. But it's just a funny thing to say.
Yeah.
But that being said, no. But to be real, I am aloof because inherently being blind means I'm not reacting to the things that she's doing like everybody else is.
Yeah.
So that's the real moral of that story. Okay. You know what I mean? And so but people don't realize how dependent on things like that they are, because there's ways to figure, even like they put up them beepers to try to show blind people how to cross the street. I think those are I don't think those work very well. Mm-hmm. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why is because you should learn how traffic flows.
Yeah.
Because you could just watch traffic and it flows in a way that makes perfect sense in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Tell me if you agree with this. It feels like most of the things that are designed for disabled people or things like that.
From the viewpoint of people who aren't disabled?
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. That's my biggest complaint with so many things, bro. It's like even if I had a deaf homie, it would be hard for me to even be friends with him because I couldn't do sign language. They're just like... I mean, I guess it's not
they better read lips.
Yeah, I guess that's like a specific issue, but I mean, just in general, like anything, like even Braille or just anything, I feel like wasn't designed by disabled people for disabled people. That doesn't seem ever like.
Louis Braille invented Braille and
okay, maybe not Braille,
made it for his blind ass daughter.
Wait, his daughter was blind too? That's crazy.
No, he was sighted. So you're not wrong, is what I'm saying.
Oh shit! Damn,
what I'm saying is that's a perfect example of kind of like where that comes from.
Yeah.
But
where all those
Braille's a fine system.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to shit on Braille. Sorry.
You're not. I'm saying. I think I always a lot of my jokes used to stem, and I stopped doing this, but I still refer to it, is that I used to talk a lot of shit about deaf people. Just 'cause I think it's hilarious.
I have a deaf people joke too.
Like I have one that's about the fact that I come out and say that I'm deaf. And that really fucks people up because they just saw me walk up blind.
Yeah. Like psycho.
Yeah. I do all that. Yeah. So
actually, wait, no, I've seen you do that. That's why I knew that.
Seen me do it.
Dude, and it killed. It was at a Punch, I think.
I've done it like maybe only 3 times because I try to only do it in front of new audiences.
Yeah.
And then now I'll refer to the fact that I used to do that instead of coming out and doing that. But no, the other thing is what ends up happening though is like, I don't want to be up there necessarily just dumping on deaf people necessarily. And I also did it in front of this deaf lady. And she was cool about it. But somebody told me when I got off stage, hey, that deaf lady didn't appreciate all. She like looked so happy when you brought up deaf people, and then her interpreter was doing her thing, right?
And she got
and then she got told. Then all of a sudden I was like, yeah, well, deaf people stink, and
dude, I
just gave a whole tirade about how deaf people and blind people hate each other.
Dude, that happened to me at Comedy Spot, dude. The guy sells me a fucking Modelo. I go do my set, and then I say, oh man, I had a deaf friend, but I couldn't even do it because I couldn't learn sign language. I said, fuck that, it's too difficult to be friends with you. And then,
like that.
Yeah, I said the joke pretty much like that. Like the punchline is a little bit different, like less mean.
No, I was giving the bones of mine.
Oh, okay, yeah. So until then, afterwards, I get off stage, or whatever, and the dude comes up to me, the worker, the little Comedy Spot employee, and it was like, hey, dude, I'm deaf, like and he's like, kind of nudges me, and I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna be, pissed because he seemed like an angry tone. And he's like, oh, no, it was funny, dude. You're fine. And then he shook my hand, and I was like, oh, okay.
Your stomach dropped for a second.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I was like, bro, for a second, I was like, holy shit, he's going to. But for the most part, people haven't got too offended at jokes, but I haven't let, my really crazy stuff fly yet. I'm, waiting to.
I'm trying to find my voice in that, too. I have a lot of stuff that I don't always try.
Because I just have a fear of trying it and then it goes the wrong way, or I come out too aggressive or too offensive.
My favorite, really offensive joke that I think I made, because I talked to you a little bit about how, there's a minstrelsy to being like, oh, I want to be just the right amount of blind that they'll accept me.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like...
That's great.
So I have a joke about minstrelsy because there's a place called the Ember Bar, right? And the Ember used to be called, Cinder's Bar. Excuse me, the current name is Cinder's Bar, and it used to be called Ember's Bar. I'm like, before that, it must have been the Charcoal Briquette, a place where they used to do minstrel shows, people up here in blackface, singing songs like they black.
That's insane that happened.
I just going to say, I love blackface. It's not that bad to me. As far as I'm concerned, all of you are blackface.
I mean, I can see what's not that bad to you because it means.
And so I think that might be the closest to being risque of a joke, but I let it fall that the joke's on me because I'm blind. Everybody's face is black because I can't see your guy.
Yeah, exactly. That's a hilarious joke.
Yeah. Dude, but they got it. The black folk in the building really liked it. They reacted, and then it got a pretty good pop.
I just want to let y'all know it's 4:30, just so we're all good on the.
Thanks for that. Yeah, we can start wrapping up here in the next 10 if you guys want. Do you guys got anything? What do we?
We'll just keep chilling and we'll start wrapping up in the next 10.
Yeah, that's cool. Nice. That sounds chill to me. I just wanted to let you know because I don't want you to be rushing out of here at 5 or something.
No, I had set an alarm at 5, and my ride will be here between 5 and 5:30.
Okay,
so
cool.
The last I checked it, at least.
Yeah, perfect.
But
let's keep chopping it up.
But yeah, man, well, while we're at it, Punchline, May 31st, folks. Yes. Come and see me and many other great comedians in the local Northern California area. Battle it out on Roast Battle, Bay Area. That's May 31st,
I can't wait
2024. Punchline, Sacramento.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait to see you, bro. It's going to be great. Clayton's a great comic, too, so it's going to be fire, dude.
Yeah, no, it's going to be hella fun.
Dude, it's going to be so fun.
Armando was he's 2-19.
2-19. No, he said that himself though. I got a video that proves it.
He said that about it.
He said, "I just repeated what Clayton said." Ain't even a diss.
No, I got faith you'll be able to. You got this. You'll be able to.
That'd be fun.
Finish it out.
Yeah, I'm with it. Yeah. And like I said too, man, the making fun of each other and the this and that. That's what when homies are comfortable. I mean,
exactly. If you're cool with someone, you can.
My best friend is a 500-pound black dude, and he talks. His dad has hella wacky nicknames for me.
Yeah.
So his dad kind of looked like some in between of Suge Knight and Uncle Phil, because I still have my sight as a teenager, and we've been friends since then, right?
Yeah.
And you know who I mean by them, right? Suge Knight, the dude who used to ride the
death row. Of course,
Uncle
dude, I'm
Phil
the biggest Tupac fan.
Right? Yeah. So he called me Blind Melon Chitlin, which is a Cheech and Chong reference.
Oh shit! Okay, I didn't know that.
And then he also called me. He says, "I ain't got no eyes," meaning that when he hears shit about Brandon and I doing stuff or whatever, me and my homie, he'd be like, "How Armando do that? He ain't got no eyes." I do, in fact, have eyes, people.
I do indeed have eyes.
So, like, the sunglasses is to make other people more comfortable? Like,
there's a few things. There's, like I said, sometimes I'm sensitive to the light or whatever, too. Okay. So it's just an easier way to kind of, like... Also, I guess, like, say, for example, because we're on video, it might be a thing because it's like, I don't have to, like, worry about where I'm looking. Because some people worry about that camera being on. Like, do I look at the camera? Do I look at the person? Do I look at the camera? I don't have to do that. Because I could just, divert. But also, it becomes a thing that, like you guys said, I look normal enough without them or with it. Or I didn't mention with the glasses, but I look normal enough when I'm chilling or whatever. That if I don't have them on, people think I'm like looking at them or staring or something. Yeah. You'd be surprised at how many times bros come up like that. That's a great way to break the ice. She's like, I saw you staring at me. I'm like,
I can't even.
I'm like, did you now?
That's crazy. News to both of us. That's another question I was gonna ask. Like, sure, for food and stuff, bro. How do you cook, or do you have to like order stuff, or like?
No, well, I order stuff for groceries sometimes. I would say pretty frequently even. But I once or twice a month I'll get out with either my cousin who I'm roommates with, or my maybe my sisters or something. I'll get out. Yeah. But typically, it's Instacart.
Okay, so you don't have to
Instacart and Amazon or whatever.
Yeah, no, but I mean like cooking and shit, or like.
I'm pretty good at all that.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you can throw
I was self-reliant as a kid.
That was my question. I was like, so did you have to just learn how to,
Well, it's interesting. Like, I think a lot of it, I didn't mention it really earlier, but besides going blind, and one of the reasons I think my outlook ended up not being like totally messed up the whole time was because my older brother died when I was like 6.
Oh shit!
And that was the exact time that I lost my left eye.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
So
man.
Like,
I had an older brother die
But when
too.
you think of that, it's like, it's so much more heavier than what I went through necessarily. I'm still around. I got one eye.
Gratitude for life. Period.
Yeah.
And so like,
I know that exact feeling, dude. I've lost a brother.
Yeah. So it's a tough one, and so but there's also like a lot of like things that you would have had an older brother for you weren't there no more, or like. It really messed up my parents, obviously, because they, they were both like depressed after a lost child and all that. Yeah. And so then, like between that, and I knew how to be there for my younger sisters and be strong for them and stuff, because they were too young to even remember my brother and stuff. So it was a lot to put on a little guy, but I was pretty up to the challenge.
Big shoulders,
like I said, and I think that's why I'm such a galoot.
Because I feel like
being protective or whatever.
Yeah, dude, the people who joke around the most will have like the most trauma, and people won't even know. We're all in this comedy shit for a reason. We're usually
I'm also like educated and stuff. I wanted to be in psychology and stuff. I kind of don't. I have a different opinion about the profession now than I did before, but
damn, that's cool.
But it's
I'm not good at anything besides nothing.
It's good to like have like an understanding of like where things went wrong and why you feel the way you do about it, or what you can do to feel better about it, or things like that. So like my first 2 years of college, I was a declared psych major, but I ended up falling short in one way, shape, or form and picking another major, which is a combination of philosophy and sociology, the humanities, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I remember all those classes.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun, and they do cross over a lot. Like the knowledge.
Yeah. Dude, psych and sociology classes in colleges will teach you a lot.
They're dope. Yeah,
dude, like knowing the actual numbers and how like the things like
or how family dynamics work. Like I was saying, the understanding. Oh yeah, no wonder I feel this way. My older brother was there, and now he's not, and like that. There being the oldest, youngest, middle kid, all that kind of stuff usually has certain dynamics and stuff like that.
Dude, and when you don't have
play certain roles,
when you don't have proper ways to process grief, it just becomes not a burden, but it's just hard to.
That too. I didn't know how to process grief because my parents were grieving, and I was like, I don't want to do that. So a lot of comedy comes from that. Is like, I just tried. We'd be in like cancer wards in the Oakland Children's Hospital. Yeah. So there's a gang of these kids dying, but we were playing Nintendo and finding ways to like belly slide across the slick floor and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just goofing off. My baby sister had the little walker things that babies use where it's like wheels at the bottom. She'd like and just go across the whole hospital floor. You know what I mean? And she was like, probably going on, whatever age where she was still in that thing. You know what I mean? But yeah. So it was like making a way out of no way. Our families, how it is being like Mexican in general too. There's a sprinkle of tragedy no matter what your family is.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I feel like to want to be a stand-up comic, it's like we crave validation at some level, because we want to make strangers laugh at us every night.
My parents were really supportive. I'm glad that my parents death in the park type of stuff. And I say that I know a lot of people's things stem from how their parents did or didn't give them the approval that they seek it somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'm pretty grateful for how supportive my family is. Depending, we're just a damn bundle of chaos though is the only problem.
Yeah.
We all love each other and everything, support each other though.
Yeah, true.
But
family's so important.
My dad passed away 10 years ago, so that's also been another thing. I'm
sorry to hear that, man.
The only man in the family.
My dad passed when I was 5 years old, so I was super young.
Oh dang, yeah.
But I mean,
so you know what I mean. When you're young and you learn about mortality hella young, it shakes you up pretty hard.
Yeah, exactly. When you said that, I was like, dude, I feel exactly what you mean. Because my dad passed when I was 5, and then my older brother passed when I was 17. So I got to experience serious, deaths at both, basically big times of your life.
That's what I think is important about things like comedy is that it's a little cliche sounding, but life is for the living. But we're here. And you can either think there's a reason for that or you could not think that, but we can all agree that we're here now.
Yeah.
Whatever version of this is what we each perceive it to be.
If we're here.
The truth of the matter is we're all here and we might as well, and while being here, why not try to make the most of it? Why not in our cases, we're trying to share, our art and laughter and what our opinions are and, give people maybe a broader view of what else is out there instead of just thinking small and being on some, closed-minded BS,
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's another thing, man. I grew up in a time when comedy was still kind of the Wild West, man. When the 90s and stuff and 2000s, that era of comedy,
it was different than now, for sure.
It was so much more freedom of speech first, man.
Yeah.
And we're trying to work within the cracks now because it's more no, how far to the edge can I get without actually upsetting people?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
because you're constantly walking on fucking tightrope.
Yeah,
now.
Man.
Always. I envy the comics of before who could just go up and just say whatever the fuck they want, I got one word that I like saying that's not offensive, and I can't say it. Maybe 2 or 3 or 4, but it just
there might be some heavy editing at some point, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I do. That's why I'm always chill with doing the pod here, because I'm man, we could just edit out. And the fuck should I say? I get to while out.
Doggy. Well, shoot. Should we start rapping?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Armandos, it's been a fucking great time having you, brother.
Yeah.
Plug your fucking shows one more time.
Illegal Amigo Productions on Instagram, The Illegal Amigo on X, The Illegal Amigo on Facebook, and Mondo Phonics. You can hit me up at bookings at mondophonics.com. That's BOOKINGS at MANDOPHONIX.com. And I'm available for all your entertainment needs in the Sacramento area and Northern California. And if you want to hit me up to do any of that, definitely booking gigs now for this summer. So May 31st, Roast Battle, Bay Area, 2024. It's heating up. It's a tournament style thing, so people eventually become Roast Battle champions. And if I'm doing it, I'm trying to be a Roast Battle champion. Yeah. Shots fired. No, and then June 11th, Laughs Unlimited with Tristan Johnson, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out Tristan Johnson. Shout out Basil Kamas. Shout out Danny D. Marcus Mangum. And all the people I do open mics and shows with, Josh Means, host of the Roast Battle, and Ronan Rosin and Zen Garden Wellness for all your marijuana needs in the 916.
Wait, but you know the dudes over at Zen Garden? I always go there.
Righteous. Drop my name and maybe might get a discount.
Okay, I will. I always go there.
Family and friend discount.
Okay, for sure. I will, because I always go there.
Sick, hell yeah.
Because I work at the Amazon, like, right off the airport.
Oh, dude.
So I always drive over to Zen Garden and shit. Like, after work. Yeah.
No, that's right on the way.
Yeah, straight up.
Garden Highway. Folks.
All right, y'all. Another episode. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.